I'm Jason, and this is the American Dream Car Show. Jake, dude, wake up, man. What are you doing? You weren't asleep, were you?
No.
Come on, man. I got you some coffee. Get it together. We gotta get going.
Oh, thanks,
Come
brother.
on.
Okay. Oh, jeez. Okay. Okay. Gotta hurry. Hurry. Everything's fine. We're fine. Everything's fine.
Oh, hey Jake.
Oh, hey Josh. How's it going?
Pretty good. What are you doing here?
Yeah. Nothing. Why?
Okay. Well, here I got you some coffee.
Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that so much.
My hands are kind of full. I got you.
Thanks, man. Oh God. Okay. Everything's fine. Just gotta hurry. Oh, what do I do with all this coffee?
Hey, Jake.
What? Hey, Margaret. How's it going?
Pretty good. You weren't sleeping in the museum, were you?
What? Who, me? No, of course not. I mean, that was someone else.
Okay, all right. Well, either way, I got you some coffee.
Oh, I mean, hang on a second. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Hey, Jason's waiting for you out front.
What? Oh, thanks. Oh, jeez. Okay. I'm hurrying. Get up, come on, Jake. Here's some coffee. You asked for coffee. 30 cups of coffee.
Hey, bud. You gotta get going. Jason's waiting on you.
I know, man. I'm hurrying.
All right, you need some coffee. Yeah, you're taking it anyway.
Sure, why not? Thanks. You're a good man, Shane.
Here.
Good man. Oh, God, it's so bright. Woo, look at that.
Dude, what are you doing? We've got to roll.
I'm hurrying, man.
Is that coffee?
Well, yeah.
You can't have coffee in the car. Drop it. Let's go.
Oh, come on.
Come on.
Jeez.
What have you gotten us into now?
We're in a car that looks like it says, hey, just give me a speeding ticket. This is a 2018 Challenger. It's a Demon package. This is the fastest car on the planet, 0 to 60. It's been clocked at 2.1 to 2.3, which means that it is drag strip fast, and I'm exiting and going like 20 something. It almost seems like a sin.
You're just like rolling through this apartment complex in a car.
Look at what I'm driving, everybody. Hey, everybody! Look what I'm driving. Look at me. It is a Demon. It's on my shoulder going, drive faster. And I'm like, but we're in town. So I think we need to get out on the highway and have some fun.
Oh no, what are you about to do?
I want to go fast for a second.
It's a beautiful car.
Well, Jake,
This one will pucker up your.
and I like this car.
Are you okay over there? I think you like this a little too much. Like, do you need a moment?
I do need a moment. Can you step out for just a second? If I could just have a minute. Is this love that I'm feeling?
Welcome to the American Dream Car Show.
Ready? Here we go.
Okay.
On the start. Set. Go.
Okay, that was hard to keep in frame. Oh God.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Wow. Okay, Jake. So we're not in a safe test facility.
Nope.
You know, we're not on a test track or anything. But we opened it up a little bit, and I mean, it's fast. This thing is super fast.
That thing was fast as
Woo! Well, I mean, we didn't do it in 2.1 or probably even 2.3. We were under 3 seconds.
It was.
sure.
I don't know. It was. Fast.
I mean,
it was just fast. I
I
felt
felt
like the back of it went. Burp, burp,
We
skipped
lost
up.
her a little bit. Wow, we got cool jobs.
Dude, there are cops up ahead.
I know.
Everything's fine. We're fine.
fine.
Everything's fine. No big deal. Just filming a TV show. I hope he watches the American Dream Car Show.
Do they get the American Dream Car Show in prison?
I think. Well, if not, we should work on that. Syndicated? Look at you, 10 and 2. Very responsible.
Just obeying the law, sir. Buckled up, safe and sound.
At what point do I hang out the window? Should I hang out the window?
No, I don't think you need to hang out the window. Like, I know you're good.
I'm gonna hang out the window. That was fun.
Founded in 1948 by Bill France Sr., NASCAR is home base down in Daytona Beach, Florida. Now it's gotten a whole lot bigger. How much bigger? The races are actually broadcast over 150 countries. 36 races, in fact, since 2001, over a span of about 10 months. How many people watch? A whole bunch, over 4 million people annually. Why do they watch? Well, because these cars go really, really fast. And they go fast with that engine that's under the hood, and it's a monster. 800 horsepower 4-speed that gets these cars going around the track at over 200 miles per hour. Inside the cars, those are the real heroes, the drivers. This vehicle was actually raced by Rusty Wallace in 2005. In 2006, Kurt Busch raced for Penske Racing. A vehicle driven by Casey Kane. In 2008, he actually won the Sprint Cup All-Star race at Lowe's Motor Speedway. And all those races rally tens of thousands, even 100,000 plus on site each and every time. Why? It's a ton of fun. You know what else is fun? It's right over here. Fun? Does 300 miles per hour sound fun? This 2000 Yankees dragster was the first to do it out on the racetrack. How did they do it? Well, it's a combination of things really, starting with the engine. With up to 8,000 horsepower, this guy can really go. And then of course you've got to have fuel in it, right? A 90% nitromethane gas is inside. Now, in addition to that, we need the weight. This vehicle, though large with a 300-inch wheelbase, is only 1,500 pounds. And of course, this is a Yankees dragster. It's Yankees through and through. It's got its navy blue, it's got its white pinstripe, and also the Yankees livery. It was owned by Tony Gwynn. It was sponsored by George Steinbrenner's racing team, a Yankees owner. Driven by Mike Dunn, over 300 miles per hour. That's cool. Of course, racing is one of the fastest sports on the planet, and the Indianapolis 500, of course, is one of the fastest races on the planet. This is a 1987 Lola Indy car. This beauty was driven by 3-time Indianapolis 500 champ Johnny Rutherford. His last appearance in an Indy 500 race was in 1988, and this was the car that he drove. Under the hood is a Buick 3300 supercharged V6. Putting out over 650 to 675 horsepower, this vehicle can go super duper fast. It can race in excess of 240 miles per hour. Speaking of going fast, I think we ought to get to Indy. On the road again. I just can't wait to get back on the road again. What?
Stop.
So, can we put on some sweet tunes?
Like what?
Like on the road again. I just can't wait to get on the road again.
Where are my sunglasses?
So what you got planned for this trip?
What do I have planned?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? What do you have planned?
I've got lots of stuff planned.
Wait, I run the camera. You don't have a plan, do you? Do you remember what happened last time I got upset with you for not having a plan?
I do. Several of those cars have never recovered.
And don't you forget it.
No, I've got a big plan. We got lots of stuff planned.
Okay, like what?
We're going to the racing capital of the world.
Oh, Indy?
Yeah, man, Indy's got lots of stuff. We've been invited to a private collection. We are going to check out Mecum Indy, and then we're also going to get to go to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway Museum all this week.
Dope.
Yeah, I know, right?
On the road again.
See, now you're singing it.
That's your fault.
All right, so in this episode, we were making our trip to Indianapolis on our way to Mecum. And on the way up here, we talked to the folks at Ray Skillman Classic Cars. They said they had quite a collection. I didn't know what quite to expect, but I'll tell you right now, I am excited. Jake, look over there. They've got a carousel inside the showroom.
Dope.
All right, so now that we got our tickets, we can make our way here to the carousel, which is a 1928 Allen Herschel original half and half. Now, I just learned this a little bit ago. What's half and half all about? Half the horse is made of wood, half the horse is made of metal. So you might be asking yourself, why are we talking about carousels in the middle of a car showroom? That's because this carousel is absolutely special, because Tony Holman originally purchased it with the intent of building a carnival for the guests at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. So it all kind of comes together, right? Horses, horsepower, cars, racing, right, Jake?
I mean,
Oh, come on, buddy.
you're kind of reaching.
Well, how about we reach over here and take a look at these race cars?
Yep.
All right, so you're wanting cars? Well, they've got them in mass quantity here at Ray Skillman's, and they've got a whole bunch of race cars. Take a look around here. Right behind me is a one-of-a-kind Sprinter, originally built by A.J. Watson and driven by some of the greatest racers on the planet. Mario Andretti, Mike Mosley, Bobby Unser, A.J. Foyt. I don't guess you're much of a race car if you don't win a bunch of races, right? And this car did just that. How could it not with those legendary drivers at the helm? Now, what about a legendary race? The original Daytona 500? There's a car that was actually in that race right over here. All right, right here is an original, one of 6 Black Widow 1957 Chevrolets. What makes this so special? You've heard of that race, the Daytona 500? Well, before there was ever a speedway, this vehicle right here was racing down in Daytona on the beach. And it was one of the first that helped launch the legendary races that we know and love today. And it was one of those vehicles that stood out in Ray Skillman's mind because he was actually at that race and he said, I gotta have me one. And come on, Jake, you're gonna wanna get a look underneath the hood because right in here is a 283 horsepower engine, clean as a whistle, just like new. But I think we've seen enough for today. Plus, Jake, we got places to be, man.
Okay, but if you want me to keep up, we've got to get coffee, man. Three different demon ones here.
All right, what do you think we should do, buddy? Large head? All right, yes.
Well, I'm just looking at it.
Tell me. Hanging out here at Mecum Indy, we found that there's so much more than just cars. I mean, sure, there's lots of cars, but there's also cool coin-operated machines, tons and tons of signs, gas pumps, memorabilia, toys. There's literally something for everybody. Doesn't matter if you're young, old, male or female. If you find a sale or an auction near you, get out and get to it. As a matter of fact, we gotta go buy something right now. Let's go. It's a 1990 Ferrari, and it's coming to the Dream Car Museum. It's the perfect color for a Ferrari, red. They remember a famous dude that had a mustache driving these back in the 80s. Magnum P.I. drove a Ferrari and solved a bunch of crimes. Now, I'm hoping I get a chance to drive it. I can't wait to get it back to the Dream Car Museum. So I don't know if you can see how nervous I am right now. All right, this is crazy. We're about to get inside one of these cars, Dodge Challenger Chargers. Yeah, and they are cars that are going very, very fast. And I've got my badge, which means I get to get inside one. Woo, this might be crazy, but I think we gotta do it. Let's get in one of these guys and have some fun. You're a stunt driver?
Stunt driver? Well, kind of. I used to run Indy cars for about 10 years. Me and Andy were both in Logan Lucky.
Yeah,
both
that's what they were
too.
telling
Yep.
us. My guy back here, Jake, he's a big movie buff. So.
Oh, really?
Y'all ready? Yeah. Oh my goodness. But that guy's right there! That is the best.
You all right back there?
Can we take another run?
Yeah, I'm good.
That was really cool.
So we decided to do this the second time and we're switching a little bit.
Everybody all set?
Let's go! Oh my God! He didn't say get ready! Oh my God!
You like it? How's that? Good one?
Well, you said it, this one was gonna be faster.
This episode was faster.
He was telling the truth this time.
Dodge Thrill Rides. Come out and see us.
All right, the Dodge Thrill Rides, come and see him. Oh my goodness, that was a ton of that was a ton of fun. Oh my goodness. The Dodge Charger that we got to ride in is so fast, and the driver was amazing. We had a great time. If you haven't done it, Dodge Thrill Rides, do it now. We're gonna go find some more fast stuff. Jason at the racing capital of the world, Indianapolis, Indiana. Right behind me is a museum that was originally built in 1956. They redesigned this larger, more intensive complex in 1976, and they have something for everybody. General admission all the way up to a VIP private tour. You ought to come check it out. It's great for the entire family. I'm excited because inside they have a brand new exhibit, The Amazing Unsers. All right, Jake, so we've made it inside the museum itself, and like they told me, there is truly something for everyone. Look around, there's race helmets, there's race trophies, there's all these cars. If you look around, there's young and old alike, and everybody seems to be having a good time, so definitely find time to check this place out. Now, Jake, they said we need to look for the first ever winner, and I think we might have found it. It's nicknamed the Marmon Wasp, and if we look right here, this 1911 race car kind of has the appearance of a wasp, so see where they were going with this. And the neat thing about this is not only did it win the first race in 1911, the vehicle itself still runs, and it looks great. It's right here. Now, Jake, the second thing they said we needed to look for was the trophy. All right, Jake, it's hard to miss. The Indianapolis 500 trophy sits right here. And we know it's the trophy because it's got every single winner from 1911 all the way to 2018 is on the trophy itself. All these faces and all this history of racing are right here. Now, the neat thing about the trophy and the fun fact that they share with me is there's one special face that's also included that's played a big role in racing here at the Indianapolis 500. That would be the one face that on here is gold, Tony Holman, right there. Check him out. After World War II, the track was relaunched, and so we owe a big debt of gratitude to Tony Holman. Now, we're here at the museum today to see a brand new exhibit, and Jake, I think I found it right over here, The Amazing Unsers. From 1968 to 1994, the Unser family dominated the sport. We're talking about 9 races here at the Indy 500. They won over 100 championship races, plus 7 national championships. Right here in this room are 8 of the 9 cars that they won the Indy 500 with. This was a family affair, and they all loved racing. The first win for the family was in 1968. Bobby Unser was the driver, and this is the car that he drove in. Next up was 1975. Bobby Unser once again driving just a few years later. Bobby won again with this vehicle right here in 1981. Al Unser, 1970. Al Unser followed up his 1970 win in 1971 with this vehicle. The next win for the family, Al Unser, 1978. Al Unser won again in 1987 with this ride. All right, Jake, now this car has a very interesting story. Do you want to hear it? What do you do?
Well, I mean, okay, come on, just tell the story, but fast.
Okay, fine. All right, so this car was not the original car from the race. That's because Danny Ongaius was the driver. He wrecked the car, got a concussion. That means we no longer have a car, we no longer have a race car driver. However, we do have Al Unser, and he's available. We also have this car. It's available in a hotel in Reading, Pennsylvania. They go get it. They put Al Unser in it. He almost didn't win because he almost wrecked in the first lap. However, he was able to pull it off. He won at the last minute, and by doing so became a 4-time champion, and this is the neat fact, also the oldest champion ever, only beating out his brother just barely by a year, and I think that that is an interesting story. The final win for the family was in 1994 in this ride. Now, the only vehicle in the exhibit that's not an actual race winner is this one from Valvoline. They decided to keep the winner in their national headquarters. This was driven in 1992 by Al Unser Jr. Thank you, buddy. See ya. So a big thank you goes out to all the staff and all the guests here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway Museum. If you're a fan of cars and racing of any kind, you need to come check it out. Whether you're 16 and your first car on a back road, or you're on a track in one of these guys, going fast is in our blood. It gets our hearts pumping. And you know what? Millions of fans worldwide can't be wrong. On the next episode, we take a trip through time. have to set it backwards?
Do it again.